they know you haven't streamed in whatever it's been. For me, I think it's like almost a week or something like that since the last time I streamed, and it just doesn't matter how you left things. Something has to be screwed up, right? It's just not just an easy peasy start and stop. All right, but hopefully we're back on YouTube. Yeah, okay. YouTube, good. Twitch, looks like, yes. Finally, everything is coming together. Mic works. Super annoying. Oh well. Yeah, sounds right. Okay, let's try this game. So I want to play Riptide for a bit, right? Because Murky Water is definitely my favorite card from the set. Just love the design of what it does for Riptide, especially Mimi one arrow Riptide. But against Enigma, it's a straight loss. Against Klloo, though, I do think we have a happier time. Against Prism in the previous match that will be struck from the records, it's also not as good because we don't have a weapon to clear. I think this should be fine. Against Klloo, we do want reactions, and probably go again. The greater than is questionable. I feel like just taking Lace with Blood Rot, potentially. What other traps could we cut? I mean, the blue traps are obviously awful. Awful to have played against you. Speaking of which, am I crazy or am I not seeing that many? Where are the legendary ones? There's one. They changed the sorting. That's doing my head in. I don't think Frailty is that necessary. I think we'll go with that. Alright, time to start Lace, Tripwire Trap. I think it's just pass, stash the Tripwire. Yeah. And then we're aiming for Tripwire into Blood Rot and then playing Tome next turn. I think is fine. Basically, we just want to play really reactive. Vecting Mistblade. Effects don't trigger when an attack hits this chain link unless the attacking hero pays. So that is definitely nice, right? Do I want to waste the 4? That's the question, though. Probably not. Because there's going to be more damning hit effects, and we want to sort of squeeze their hand a little bit better. Yeah. I think we take the 1. They can have go again. Could have also probably just done the long draw, thinking about it. Spider Bite, was this? Attack action cards, yeah, that can go through as well. I'm going to be annoyed if they're just swinging. Alright. So this definitely is hit effects. Right, so we tripwire it. See what they do. Don't know if they have a reaction. They use the stilettos on this? Probably not, no. It's probably just pass. It's annoying. Yeah, because I kind of have to overtrap it if I want to play Tome. But I don't want to get rid of the Blood Rot trap in that scenario. I'll throw a Boulder out. Just because I don't think we'll land the ping that often. And then the Arsenal. Battle Worn, Battle Worn, Battle Worn, Blade Break. Well, I guess we start crippling some of the equipments. Into a Command and Conquer. Ah, they got me. That's super annoying. You can do that and that. That's only 3 though, into a 2. Yeah. That's annoying. Oh, an Uzari bait and switch-esque from Klloo. I was not expecting the CNC straight away. Fine, it's just time. We're way down on life though. Arsenal that. Real-in's good. Alright. The bonds, they'll want to obviously proc it, otherwise it's just 1 damage, so we let it through. Do what they throw out. Just a nick. Fine, so it goes to a 6, let it resolve. Right, and we have 2 reaction traps. Pass over. It's fine as well. They hit the tome, that's interesting. Alright, well, if they're masking us, we do that. We throw out the pendulum trap and we use reel in. It's banished from hand, yeah? Okay, yeah, banishes a card from hand. So we can keep the lace. I don't really know if I need to keep the lace. I guess we keep the trap. In case, well, they don't have flick knives to follow up. You know what, I'm going to keep the lace. And we will reel in off the spike. If we get more reaction traps, we can just fully punish this in terms of pinging. So we get nothing. That actually kind of works out better, because that hand would have been horrible to draw into. We don't have anything in hand for Mask to hit. They get the Blood Rot, they take 2 damage. And then, oh, we milled Codex, that's really good too. So unfortunately we've been better off playing the Spike Pit Trap, but it's fine. The other issue with New Heroes, if they get the Murky Water, we're really screwed. Justin, Nick, and Bonza are very, very strong. They got released attention, so that's not too bad. Don't give me Murky Water, give me Arsenal traps. Fantastic. Blind Bite's a pass. I was hoping for 2 buffs. Make use of Murky Water. I guess we're taking the damage into a CNC that I cannot trap again to lose the Blood Rot. Could save it for later. It's really annoying. We just bricked. What could I do? What could I do? I can't really afford to be taking the 6, but I have to take the 6 because there's worse stuff to block. Nice thing is I don't fear New's ability, right? Because we're not running that many blues. What reaction are they contemplating? A pummel for more discard. The 10 obviously is awful. But, God, I hate our hand currently. I do like the Memorial Ground. But also, just... They had 2 Command and Conquers in the, you know, top 20 cards of their deck. Top 10 cards of their deck. That's gross. Another reel in and a bunch more traps. The nice thing is I can find Murky Water. I guess I just have to settle for a smaller one, right? And we're just trying to Murky Water back to back. So I need more resources. Means I do want the reel in to hit. Rock Slide's enough to sort of play straight away. maybe be using the equipment. Oh, the nice thing though, you can just slap together whatever you really want for Enigma, no? Just that easy. Take a bunch of water in and call it a day. Alright, so Boulder lands now. Also enough damage. So I'm curious if we get them to play the Fang Strike. Get the mask. I don't think they'd ever cash it in though. Then Bonds of Agony. Same sort of thing. Wait for them to react. Just a nick in this card, god. It's a +8 for 0. Just disgusting. Well, as long as they play 2 more. Could be. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. A 10. Let's see what traps we get. Nice thing is they don't have the resources, so this is 4 block. And you'll still lose to it. Off of it. It does seem like Enigma's just absolutely gross. Also, from the looks of it, another issue. Chat is not popping up on screen. Come on, give me some traps. Yes, thank God. We can start getting damage across too. Interesting. What just happened? Why did I have to discard one? 3. Pass. Okay. Here's our 3 cards. What is... Where's Hits a Hero Bash top card of their deck? No, this is put into my arsenal, is it not? Yeah, I was confused for a second. I thought I was bashing one. Alright, so what do we have? Hit effects don't trigger, so that's good. Blood Rot's a hit as well. I mean, all 3 traps are a hit. And I can't really go into Murky Water, so I assume I play them all anyway. Well, no, we keep the Tripwire. We keep the Tripwire. We just do enough. Alright, they take 4. So we're inching back, slightly. And they get the, yeah, perfect. And we hold on to a decent trap. There's only one more CNC hurdle for us to overcome. We pray for no CNC so we can Murky Water and Seek and Destroy. They're just something to use Tripwire against. They don't have the onboard reactions. G is still definitely an issue. If we can Seek and Destroy... 3. All 3 CNCs in the top of their deck. God. I really don't want to be taking 6 at this point, so I guess it's that. At least it clears the arsenal. That is very, very annoying. They can add the Rockslide Trap. I think that punishes them. Almost. If only it triggered. Technically it should trigger, no? Yeah, because this is when this defends. Target attack gets +2 unless the attacking hero pays. And this is add it to the chain link as a defending card. Interesting. That does cripple what we're trying to do, right? Because we need... Well, actually, no, I can deep blue the Remembrance to get 3. It's not so bad. Hey, Riddler. Enjoying the meta? So, yeah. Seek and Destroy, put Murky War into the arsenal, deep blue the Remembrance, and we're good. Flip it. Aim. And we get traps back. Definitely good. But it's not as big as I'd like. I would like the 2 cards for long draw. The 10 with Dominate is kind of okay. Now, hopefully we draw a bunch of traps. Yes, of course we want to banish. Problem is, we could put blues into our banish zone, which we don't want. Well, actually, there's no more on-board reactions. So I'd rather just the blanket traps, like Tripwire. And Tripwire is 4 block. Definitely the 2 Tripwires. Do I risk a Rockslide trap? Yeah, because it's just a guaranteed. All 3 of them are guaranteed playable in pink. Tripwire's not bad. Hey Ambush, yes, I still do play So Dungeon. I'm currently doing a rebuild season. Bloodrot Frailty and the ping. We can still find another Murky Water. Is it worth using the Tripwire? Actually, Frailty's better, because let's go again. Yeah. Yeah. All thanks to the pinging of traps, where we're coming back from a very rough start. Still can't believe 3 Command & Conquers right at the top. Levels... They will probably do the... It'd have to be Go Again at the very least. And it's not when it hits, so Tripwire doesn't matter. I mean, preserving back the Command & Conquer would be the best bet. No, they're targeting the Codex. Well, I guess Codex gets you Command & Conquer as well. We can Memorial Ground a Murky Water to the top of the deck as well. So they're most likely masking, which means we might as well block. Because again, in our banish zone, there's nothing really fantastic for them to play. They're using New. Interesting. I would feel like, well, it's only once. I guess with the extra chi they have to. I would have probably held it and just used Mask over and over. They picked draw a card and buff. Interesting. The New's in effect, but we don't have any blues. If they use the Mask, I think I have to block with the Codex. Yeah, block with the Codex just to play around if they do mask us. Alright, so if they mask, we can Memorial Ground, and then we can block. So they're fine. Curious what they're trying to string together, because their hand is very much a jumble. They hit a murky water, so this is really bad. Well, actually, no, if it goes to the graveyard, that's when it's really bad. Yeah. One in the graveyard means if they get off one of the other effects, they can get rid of all of them. Right, the one that searches your deck. They did mask. Understandable. Right, there's no more murky water in the graveyard, so they're hitting Memorial Ground with it. In that case, I don't have to block levels. I just banish Memorial Ground. But Pendulum does hit now. It's probably worth still penduluming. And keeping the tripwire trap for something else. It's more just the ping damage, I think. Because I can still bang strike it. Ball's probably not going to be enough for whatever's coming next. Double Trouble. Right, so they can give it go again, and they can give it +1. So, I don't think it gets over the 4. What's the, when this hits, match the top 2 cards of the deck? And just playing around Seek and Destroy, I guess. Yeah, so it's a 4 and 4, so it's fine. Alright. Back to even Stevens. Sort of better off with equipment, right? Because I have one more Seek and Destroy on call. That I can also just give a +4 to. So with the right hand, we could just sort of checkmate them. This is not the right hand, because I don't have enough resources to actually play the Murky Water. Need one more yellow or blue, right? We have to get rid of one card with Mask. And then we have to pay 4 in total. So technically I could still premeditate it or lace it. That means I have to let through whatever's happening this turn, which could be bad. I try and go for a better turn. Or do I keep up the pressure? I think we go for the pressure. We trade and we just hope that our turn's going to be better than theirs. So we just want to get them low enough where we can trap them. Yeah. Is it better to lace or premeditate? Getting a card into the arsenal could be good, but also pressuring the 2 damage off the Blood Rot might be better. Do I bank on my draws or do I bank on their draws is the question. Either way, Mask Malicious is first. Pitching the Pitfall versus the Recovery is probably better. Yeah. Pitch that. Sink. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a target bite, so if it hollers, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Just going with Lace. It's me Murky Water. You then use the Lace. You put Murky Water into the arsenal. Barbed. Aim. Actually, the premeditate was better because they can block out the blood rot. Thinking about it for a little bit longer. Oh well. I mean, chances are they can't, but they could, technically. So now we're just banking on a whole hand of traps and no Command and Conquer. Getting Command and Conquer back and playing it is definitely their win condition at this moment. They still have their codexes. Interesting. Definitely gonna be close. Trap-wise, we want... What do we want? We go with Blood Rots. And a Tripwire. Go again is probably also somewhat guaranteed. Just want stuff that hits, and trying to put something in the arsenal is a bit tricky. The ratio should be fine. Go into the arsenal, it's fine, yeah. Definitely want the trap to cycle around first. This is not the hand we're looking for, in all honesty. Means we are trying to block it. When this hits, banish, whenever this banishes a card. I think what we do is we go gung-ho. Do that. See what they react with, if they're going to do anything, and save the traps for the next thing. Yeah, just a nick. That was the worry. This could do damage, depending. And we still have 6 block for whatever comes next. No, they're going overboard. Never mind. So was that 3, 7? We only needed one of them. That's fine. We keep the tome to Arsenal. Actually, this was the wrong order. Right, because we can do that. I don't have the resource to play tome, but better to put it into the Arsenal. I'd put it into the Arsenal anyway. Because we should be out of Arsenal traps overall. The problem is the new traps could get us. I have to be careful. I don't think I'm attacking. I believe I'm just trying to trap them out at this point. Yeah, so depending on what we draw. Oh, Mistlock Gully. Interesting. Don't like how that looks on the board. Metallica. Oh, the Blood Rot. Perfect. Alright, so that's what we like to see. I'm pretty sure against Zen or Nu, we have a decent chance with this Riptide. Against Enigma, we're just screwed. We'll try one more, and we'll continue to slap together an Enigma deck. I think the best card of the set for Enigma is actually the Rage Spectre. Riddlerman pointed this out too, at his pre-release, how disgusting it is. Just to be able to swing with a 6 is... And then also have the damage prevention on the follow-up. Crazy. Against Dash, I guess we're not building. First... Boost is, you know, basically all go again, so they're going in. Greater than might not happen. Reactions are definitely not worthwhile. So the only problem is I have to look through and tweak the deck. No greater than... Well, greater than could still happen, but we'll take them out. And I'll put Blood Rots in. Frailties. Is there any other... What's the other go again? String of Traps. Greater than... Yes. I will say sorry. I have to be a bit more methodical. A bit more aggressive. As we stick the Buzzsaw in just in case. Actually, the Spike Pit's probably better because it's blue. So we could reel in Tome just to try and get ahead on life, / go into a really big turn. Banks on us getting a ton of resources, though. I feel like it's kind of worthwhile. So we do 4. We overpitch. Pass. Stash the Tome. You're ready to hit a bunch of traps. What? Okay. Let's try that again. I didn't see any cards. We do that. Pass. Put that. There we go. We didn't get any, which absolutely sucks, but whatever. 2 cards, please. Yeah, so that was absolute garbage. But it could have paid off well. So we're just going to take damage and try to do a nice big return. I need to think about it. So we have Release, we have Lace. So we're playing the both of them. We need 4 resources. So I can Mask and not use Deep Blue at this moment. I think it's fine. Save the Deep Blue for later. I don't think we can work Codex in all the time. Let's Mask, get the Remembrance, think the Tome, get the other one back, I Release, play Lace, make a water into the arsenal, aim it, and fire. Not too bad. I don't think the defense reaction matters, though, in this matchup. I should have probably swapped it just to Frailty instead. But now we just pray to draw into traps. How many do we have in the graveyard? None. Oh well. Alright, so Murky Water is live, since it's in the graveyard. We did not get Codex or Memorial Ground, that's fine. There's only 3, so we'll use the long draw. Conserving life. Frailty. Pass. Put that into the arsenal. You get the ping. Frailty's really good against Symbiosis Shot too. That's something I should really be thinking about more. Zibber hits. Use the Perch Grapplers, but I think we're fine taking little bits of damage. I wonder if they shoot or they save the steam counters. Ah. Bit annoying. I mean, it mitigates damage, which is sort of fine. We like the ability to double block. Do I care about putting Premeditate into the arsenal with this in play then? I think I still do. I feel like Premeditate was kind of worse than Maximum Velocity. But worth stashing. Yes, that is definitely the question. Enigma just looks like she's gonna run away with the meta. Thanks to the board states. So if we draw bad traps, premeditate's obviously bad. But if we draw Murky Water, putting this into the arsenal is really good. Where's it go? Attack your card from your graveyard to your hand. Wow. I know Dash is also quite strong, just because of how flexible it is. Being able to throw maximum velocity over and over again is also kind of crazy. Pig Zipper hit though, interesting. It tells me they don't have enough boost in their hands to make maximum velocity work. Getting the Klloo core out though is crazy. Alright, so it's kind of okay, but also not. Really need some sort of fetch from Murky Water. Because our arsenal is just gunked up now. So where Trench would come in handy. So it's not greater than... I mean, reactions are never going to come into play, so that goes. We have a few turns to try and find a Murky Water. That also puts a dampen. Ah, damn it. We did have a buff. But they're pitching it. Right? Yes, it's only 5. Why does the Buzzsaw would have been nice. They didn't boost either. Fine, just doing the Buzzsaw. We're really happy if we draw Murky Water, right? Because then I can deep blue it. And then, you know, play it with 2 massive buffs. Problem is, we have no defense this turn. Yeah. That's the worry. The premeditate has to be played, just to get it out of hand. I should have probably played it last turn anyway. Well, you can have the 0. Doesn't really matter. We can sort of recover with Tome. How do I get into the arsenal, though, is the question. I just dump one of the laces with it, I suppose. Get the Plumber tokens, that's not too bad, and we get 3 life back. I guess that's fine. Also, long draw. No, it's never worth just using that to cycle. I should try Trench. Trench is probably better overall. Harpoon, well, you can pick that or one of the laces and it still ends up being the same sort of thing. There's no way for me to make sure they do Pitfall Trap. So is it better to keep Pitfall Trap for later? Nah. I block it more. Just change. So we still have to play Premeditate and Lace if we want to put that into the arsenal. Which means then we have to pitch Pitfall. It's still 2 life back. It's losing the Pitfall. And it's still racking up shots. Feels like if we can just get over their hump. And they start running out of gas. A little bit better off. What's... That was kind of weird. What's shut me down? Obviously something they played Signal Jammer, right? Here I can't play it. Okay, that's fine. We still have to clear the arsenal anyway. Remembrance sorta helps, but it doesn't though. Guess we're just blocking. Yeah, especially with the boom grenade on board. The shots are starting to scare me though, right? Because at 12 damage, just sitting here. So we'd like to get the 2 damage from the pitfall. So I'm better off just double blocking. We're trying to save the tome and probably play the remembrance. Curious how they get enough action points to get this done. Mechanologist is basically just like hit effectless ninja, right? That's the feel I'm getting. Attack action card, yeah. If it hits, the boom grenade's probably getting through, so it's probably just, yeah, still hold the pitfall trap till we can land the 2 damage. I don't think it's worth saving the tome. So I won't have the resource to play it next turn, even if we remembrance at the end. I guess we ward off 2 damage. I think we've lost the aggro race. Not being able to get another Murky off has really just sucked. So maybe I should be running more arrows. It's really fun just having the one click, find one. I don't think it's worth going for the 2 damage at this point either. There's a maximum anyway. So we're in a bit of a pickle. Might as well play Remembrance. But they have enough to shoot anyway, so... Oh well, do that, and the premeditate probably. Okay. Enigma time, I think. Alright, Rage Spectre is definitely going in. All 3 copies. Same with Manifestation. I don't think I run 10,000. I feel like that's a bit too much to go for. Same with Phantom Tidemore. Oh, it's instant. It does activate the cheat. You know what? Never mind. We'll put Tidemore in. Phantom Tidemore. Not Haze Shelter. Which one is it? That creates Spectral Shields. Haunting. Haunting Spectre. A nice one. We also want the Waning Vengeance. And Solitary, I think. Probably the correct ones. This is pitched, put a 1 counter on it. Meh. Well, I guess actually that being a 1 would go again, an instant. It's common, so you probably don't want the blue. You probably want the reds at this point. Astral Etching, Haunting Spectre. Probably just all the red instant auras, at the very least. It's still like 3 visits. All it takes is 1 card to make it Ward 3, which is good enough. How many cards are we at? We're already at 40. We get Shimmer. And Transcend. Mouse over Homage. Preserve, Rising. The other pots. Don't think... Drop is kind of nice, I guess. I'll take Drop as well. Won't worry about Mistlock Golly. Definitely want levels. And it's not Bogged Down. That's the old one. It is... type in Chi. That's the easier way to do it. Dense Blue Mist. There we go. I've got Lieutenant. Do I care about Cosmic Awakening? It's kind of nice. I think no. I think that's fine. Haze Binding? Haze Bending? Haze Bending. One card left. Well, I can't be bothered thinking, so I'm just going to grab the Golgarian Tome. Yeah. So, let's see how well this does. Zero Thought Enigma. Also taking Mage Master instead of the Meridians. Just because I think it's a little bit better tempo. Though Meridian's probably better overall. Okay, no, this actually... It's their favored match, I think, right? Their burstiness. We'll see what we can end up building. I suppose it's whoever starts just chaining damage quicker. Wow. Is it worth putting the Tidemore into play? We could Tidemore, Rising Sun, Setting Moon, Manifestations off the Chi. And Hazebind. Yeah, you know what, that's a good enough start. See what we draw. That change our plans. Do I want Chi instead of Haze Bending? God, no. Sucks to put it, you know, to the deck, but oh well. It's so good. It's also tempting to swing instead with Manifestations just because it's a nice amount of opening damage. That's probably going to get popped. But I think we don't let them cycle there. It's Ragamuffin, so they are trying to find their combo. I think that's a good enough start. I think that Haze Bending, especially against Kano, is worth just having on board. Okay, they're going to destroy the auras before Haze Bending can resolve, though. Which is a fair call. Still think it's worth having on board. I have to do 2 separate instances, though. Which is probably going to happen. You know what we need for just Wizard? Just a button here that you can toggle. That's just auto pass, right? Instead of me having to go into settings. We know both are popping, so it doesn't really matter which one we click first. Well, actually, I can pop equipment instead. This is instant, so technically I can protect both. If they use another attack. The Traverse is actually really bad in this. I need to sideboard something else. Why can't I uphold? Not that one is obviously enough, but I'm curious about that. Am I missing the step when where I'm meant to? 4 damage is too much anyway to waste the uphold. I think that's fine. It doesn't really matter when we, you know, went for what we did. Even if we were to swing, they'd still try to pop them first. But in this scenario, we do want to put everything to the board later. Volcano is a very favored match, right? Just because, again, all the instant procs to pop everything. We'll see if we can build enough ward. Our hand kind of looks juicy. We can Tidemore and Haze again once they run out of juice. Wing Spectre when this leaves the arena creates. No, so we're probably just pitching them. Ah. Yeah. It's kind of a funny loop in my head, right? So you have Enigma going to dominate everyone, right? In terms of just being able to push damage and prevent damage. And then you have Klloo, who was not bottom of the barrel, but, you know, niche. Now being just disgusting against Enigma. But I'm very curious if we can get a foothold developed. So the problem here is, even if I were to put stuff into play, they can still Waning Moon, right? I'm trying to think, how do I make them sort of overzealous? I don't think there's a way for me to make them overzealous. It would be put the Haze Shelter in first, pitch that. Let it resolve, see if they pop the Energy Potion. Because then we can also pitch the Tidemore to swing instead. That way at least it's full damage. Do I greed it? I'm not going to greed it. Yeah. I think that's just better. Could have given it a counter and then put the Haunting Spectre into play. I think it's fine. Tome sucks in this. Shimmers is against Scour. So against Scour, we have to make sure not to throw out too many Haze Bindings or to put a lot of stuff together. Shimmers does allow us to play Stir the Pot for a Chi. And it's the same scenario, we just wait. But again, you know, they can just play on my turn in some circumstances and disrupt. Start with the Tome. Just see what we cycle into. Alright, this could be useful. I mean, from their perspective, they need to play a little reserved and wait for me to put auras out. Unless they already found the combo, which is kind of scary, thinking about it. And I think they did. Oh well. Question then is, can we build enough ward to shut down the first Aether Flare? The question is no. Because all we can put into play is Waxing Spectre for 3. Yeah, so they're going for it. So it's 1-5 damage, right? So we can put 3 into play, but that's it. No way for me to play a blue to get Stir the Pot off. We do that, pitch Stir the Pot then. Reduces the sequence, but don't know if it'll be enough. It'll still be a lot of damage. I suppose the Aether Wildfire was more impactful to prevent. $19. I'm not going to do the math. Just show me on board. Okay, so it wasn't enough to KO. We got Drop. Drop is also redundant in this matchup. We're too low. I have to plan the defensive. I don't think there's a way for us to claw this back, unfortunately. We had a really nice opener. But, yeah. Just a terrible matchup. Similar to, like, the Riptide deck we had going into any form of Enigma. Better to play it on our turn. I mean, the Haze Bending needs to go in. But they're most likely just gonna pop off before we do anything either. In which case, I need to play Haze Shelter after they do their chain, which means Haze Bender is still the correct thing to go first. If they do anything. Then at least we can get a little bit extra ward. Interesting. Well, we have no choice. But all I'm doing is building defense. It's not gonna stand up to them. Four and 1. It has to be the Horning. Just need a little bit to stick. I had a Scowl, interesting. Definitely a curious game. Alright. It's kind of just try and swing. Which means you do levels off of a blue. And see what they do. And I don't think there's really an impact for them to block. Shimmer's actually too slow. In thinking about it. Do I swing or do I just... I gotta build more ward. We're at too low of life. I think you can have a fighting chance against Klloo. Just this deck obviously is very not optimized. In this scenario, we can play 3 visits, get 3 more, and play Haze Shelter. If only one of them was blue. Yeah. I So 6 ward in 3 visits, 4 ward in Haze Shelter. So we're not out just yet. Problem is we have no way to swing now. Do I try to protect something? I have the floating resource, and we're low enough, I'm just going to use that whole tradition. I'd like to put it on 3 visits, but that's never really going to pay off. So I'm just going to put it on a Spectral Shield. The 4 damage goes to the Haze Shelter. Gets a Spectral Shield back. Two damage goes to, what do we have? Ward 3, Ward 6, Ward 1, Ward 1. Was this? Non-token aura you control is destroyed. So, probably eat it with a Solitary, get another Spectral Shield. It's once per turn. That's what was doing my head in. Alright, so we put Shivers on board, finally. And depending on what they throw out, yeah, that's the problem. We're just not getting anything to stick. Also should have swung first, that was my misplay. Alright, this is probably game at this point. Still more interaction than normal decks against Kano. These two classes, just they're going to be such an anomaly for the life of the game. Yeah. Was that misplayed? Is there a way for me to survive without using the Haze Bending and having one Spectral Shield left, similar to what we did before they did the Undo? Go for the Wildfire. Yeah, so the Spindle's enough. Alright. Let's look for a proper game. So I'm auto-conceding / leaving against Wizards. I think it's a complete fair call with certain matchups. No. Yeah, no. I mean, if he persists, I will... So I really want to play Riptide against him? I think I'd still Riptide against him. We can get the arrows quick enough. Here we go, Zen. So, for this, the equipment's a bit better. I should really be running the Meridians, though. Am I even saying that right? So no Chi, but still an okay start. The Solitary Companion, then the other two. Even though we don't have the chi, still. You might as well. It's the opening turn. Just empty my hand. Establish a board. We can still Phantom Tide more to use Rising Sun, Setting Moon to get the chi. It should be nice. Now, do I have 1, 2, 4... No, 1, 2... Yeah, 4, 7, 8 at the moment. Plus 2. So, Manifestation's is what we probably want to protect most. But at the same time, we're happy to sack everything and try to build a big Tidemore. I want to put more on board. I feel like it doesn't really matter when I do it. Either way, something's getting 8 by the Tiger Stripe. Does that still pop Ward when it's unpreventable? That's actually a curiosity to me. So Tidemore, might as well. We'll just do it all now. Rising Sun. Keep the Haze Bending. Arrow of the Haunting. Either way, I'm kind of just pitching it, so it doesn't really matter. But at least I can pitch it into the Wax Spectre and keep the chi. Enigma now or later? No, we keep the Heater Swing. Okay. Do you blame them? Again, this is a deck that we assembled in, I'm gonna say, less than 5 minutes. And the 2 turns were just already stacking up a board like that. So, yeah. Do you blame them? One more. We'll try and find one more. So, this is the issue that I'm gonna have, right? Rune Chant's actually a lot better. They can definitely pop us, right? Not as favored as Kano, but still more favored than everyone else against Enigma. But if this is the meta, if Talishare, if you look through the lobby and every, second to third game is Enigma, I don't feel like I care to play at all during this season. Even though I have a lot of interest in Zen or doing different stuff with Enigma, just overall, it's just... I just don't want to, in all honesty. So this is really good, and I guess we're sacking the Sacred Art with it. We're 1 resource short. I could also Rage Spectre and then get the Chi. But we're also then 1 resource short. Is it just not the Rage Spectre? Is it Manifestations into the Sacred Art? Anyway, get the Chi. I think that is better. Yeah, I think that's better. No, it's not. Where did I think I had the 3? Wrong way. Do I want to swing on the opening hand? I might as well with the Manifestations. Alright, what else can we make stick? Alright, so this is the first kind of bad hand. We get 4 ward on both of them. So as long as they just, pop Rune Chant little bit by little bit, then we're sort of screwed. There's no way for me to get a Spectral Shield, though. They're ending the turn. Interesting. Is it this and double swing anyway? Probably this and double swing anyway. Could also uphold and swing with both of them. Is that better? No, we can't. Just swing with one more. I'm gonna get rid of the Astral Etchings. It's also, to some extent, kind of brain dead. Because it's just anything you can put in your arsenal, put it in your arsenal. So we can Tide more, Rising Sun, get the Chi, use Enigma if we need the ward. Slash also maybe get something with instant. Yeah, I'm going to Tide more. Rising Sun. So we got Waxing Spectre, which is fantastic. We'll get rid of the Solitary Companion. We can Waxing Spectre. Pitch the levels. Do I just Enigma anyway? I suppose I keep the Chi to swing. I don't even want to do the math, to be honest. Of, you know, what I need to pop, what I need to save. Screw it. I'm gonna focus on the board. Whatever. Gives me small stuff to pop. Get the kimono. Whatever. Actually, I should get the Spectral Shield so I could swing. Do I have a Chi yet? I can't remember. I don't think I have a Chi yet, do I? Do I have a Chi? No. No, we don't have a Chi yet. No, we don't have a Chi yet. We'll take the 6. That's a 3 and that's a 4. If it's just Rune Chant, we can uphold. Choose attack gets +3. So definitely Whale, which does what? Create Rune Chant tokens equal to the number. No, they're just widespreading again. So 4. I might as well just destroy the manifestations at this point. If I need to uphold, I don't need to uphold. If I do that, it's 3. So that doesn't matter either, no. Oh wait, yes it does, because they're buffing it, no? No, they are playing Deathly Way. Why did they pick... I'm confused. Yeah, so this is where it comes in handy. I don't even think that's the right call. There goes the board. I don't think we're down and out. Even though 9's pretty hefty. You can find the Chi now as well. There's probably a line in there that I could have taken, which would have been significantly better. But they attack, we block, we get Chi, and then it's Tenet next turn. We can Mage Master one thing as well. Any point in putting the Tidemore in now? No, because we want to play a blue on our turn. Just in case we draw any Transcend. This card should not be 2 and 3. Oh, the Deathly Whale. Oh, the effect of Deathly Whale. Them ending with 4 is kind of scary. This is where we need a lot more Spectral Shields than value. So the Haunting Spectres are definitely really good, and we kind of want to play the one from the arsenal. Haze Bending also comes in handy here, so that's also something we want to play, which means we're pitching the Inner Chi and 1 Haunting Spectre. We get Waning, Waxing, and another Solitary. Need 3 resources. So it's probably scrapping the Phantom Tidemaul. What is it? So it's Solitary. If we're playing Solitary, we want to use Mage Master. Okay, Waxing's going in, Solitary's going in. No. Pitching the blue's better. God, this is too confusing. Alright, it's Mage Master. Pitch the Waning, I think. Pass. Play the Solitary. Pass. Put in the Waxing. Pass. Put in the Tidemaul. Definitely swing with 1 Spectral Shield. No, that doesn't have Go Again. Never mind. God, this is doing my head. If I can swing for damage or just try and develop a board. I think developing the board's a better call. Yeah, no, I think that's just overall better. Alright, we have small stuff to get around Rune Chant and try to build a big Tidemaul. Plus their first stack probably has to go into the Haze Bending. Anyway. So I think that's better. So if we had Meridians, I would have had to use the Chi on that, which I think would have been a smaller turn overall, despite being able to put more stuff in. Yeah, this is the problem. This hand now sucks. At least we can block with it. Try to preserve the board. Keep Stir the Pot to swing. Do the tokens even matter? I think the tokens matter. Only scenario is that lets me pitch a blue, and that doesn't matter either. Problem is we have to eat horrible things. Let's actually get rid of the Tidemaul to begin with. Get the Spectral Shield. I miscounted the Rune Chant damage, didn't I? Oh well. What guys destroy from hand? They can just swing here. They have 1, right? Yeah. Alright. So it's definitely nice to see. So the meta will basically be Enigma, and then everyone will transition to Vizet, and why did you not swing? Interesting. The Vizet and Kano, with probably heavier emphasis on Vizet. So the third Armory deck of the year is probably going to be Vizet. I'm curious how the Zen game would have played out. Okay. Alright. There's definitely stuff to think about and develop. Again, this was just, you know, random assortment. I'm sure there are way better lists out at the moment. You definitely want a lot more just instant playables than some of these other cards. Even though you can block with them, I just think being able to put them on board at the end of your opponent's turn, swing, and then use them to prevent the damage of the next turn, end of your turn, again put them on board, swing, right? Cycling that seems like the best way to play Enigma. But we'll leave it there for today. So anyone hanging around, hope you enjoyed nonetheless. Feels shorter, mainly because it is shorter, but also because it's CC, so less games being played overall. Actually, you know what? Let's have a look quickly. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. God, there's so many games being played. 21 out of how many games? Didn't they used to say the number? It's probably 1 in 5, 1 in 6 at the moment, which is good. Again, I will, in all honesty, lose interest if Enigma just dominates the meta, because it's not fab, the fab I want to play, right? It's probably the best way to put it. We will definitely play more Zen and New. I need to build decks. I really slacked, right? I have jank stuff, in all honesty, but I'd like to build a proper New deck, especially just because it seems really fun, right? With the New, just make this small attack massive by way of Assassin's Identity. I think it's way better than Contract or Stealth. This whole, you know, rewarded for playing multiple attack reactions and trying to fool your opponent in, you know, how much do I block, how much do I commit, right? And then pulling the rug out from under them, I think is way better mentally and thematically than Contract and just what Uzari does with Stealth. I was on the right track, right, the right vein, but I definitely like what they've done with New and Assassin. But we'll leave it there for today, right? Because it's late Arvo for me. Well, early Arvo. Yeah, early Arvo, not late Arvo. Late morning. So I got stuff to do, but we'll be back. And hopefully my boxes turn up today and we can crack some tomorrow. Anyway, anyone hanging around, thank you. Anyone watching, post.